Okay, guys, let's do this. We're going to be fishing a bit, and we'll be talking about the India-Pakistan situation as well. And this is an official, blinding side society video. Uh, you know, because this is the kind of time where we get to clarify a lot of things. The volume's a bit high. Nice gold for me. Actually, I can sell a bit of hamburger as well. And I think this video might go on for a long time, so not going to force it by having a slideshow and stuff, and you guys get to see the nice game of Guild Wars 2. Anyway, today let's go to Echo World Wilds. Anyway, so I think everybody knows right now about how India and Pakistan are now basically on the brink of war, actually, with the recent events, where where India has bombed some air bases, and obviously Pakistan, they did in retaliation to something else, and now I think Pakistan is trying to retaliate to that as well. So yeah, so the question is, um, wait, what was that? Anyway, the question is, why are we okay with it? Like, what is my? I'm an Indian. What would be my opinion on this, right? And we need to have it in a a proper way, not like it's not supposed to just be like some emotional nonsense, right? It's not going to be like that. It's got to be reasoned out, well, everything, right? So, uh, uh, one second. And the mic kind of cuts into my hand action. I don't think I saw. I have enough blues. Okay, the glue. Yeah. So the thing is, by the way, this is a nice grotto. Anyway, so the thing is, why is India in this position? So the thing is, it starts with the issue of Kashmir. So I don't want to go too deep in the history, but let's just say that Kashmir. Oh, one second, I need to fish on a full tank. So let's just say that Kashmir was a primarily Muslim nation. They perhaps would have joined Pakistan if a referendum was held, but it is a princely state, so that is not the case. So then Pakistan attacked, and the king of Kashmir signed over Kashmir to India rather than have it being attacked by Pakistan, and the rest is history, etc. Whatever. Now, Kashmir used to have some amount of Hindus, but now it's even more dominated by Muslims because they chased a bunch out in the 90s and stuff. So yeah, okay, there's a lot of history, and then there's a lot of history of Indian military action, Pakistani military action, and people, insurgency, all these kind of things. But the issue is that Pakistan feels that they should own Kashmir. Which will not go into. I think it's even the way it's like, Pakistan kind of relying on the will of the people kind of thing, which is like, well, they're not accepting it for a bunch of other things. So it seems odd and hypocritical to perhaps do it just for this thing. But that is not really my issue. I don't really care why Pakistan just do it. The point is that Pakistan has a habit of funding terrorism, and they've done it multiple times in the past way, in Kargil and before that as well. So where they fund militia, They fund militia, they fund terrorists to go about and just destroy the lives of civilians. Uh, and the idea is to, you know, the idea is to like spread the terror so that people, refuse to, it craters the economy for one thing, and it's pushing their religious nonsense. And the idea is that, oh, if you do what we say, then this place will become peaceful, but until then we'll blow up everything. And they did the same thing in Bombay as well. They funded the terrorists who came to Bombay and killed a lot of people. And I mean, for a Western audience, Osama is also a very famous name which they were found sheltering. So all in all, I think it's pretty obvious to say that Pakistan is funding terror, and it doesn't really matter. Like if any Pakistanis are like, oh, blah blah blah. Okay, fine, screw you. Like I mean, seriously, I don't need to hear a lot of justification. The fact is that uh, they do fund terror. Now the question is, what is India supposed to do about this? And honestly, I think they would have let it be in the state of affairs where we keep getting some soldiers killed and stuff like that. But it's a this attack was more than the regular bomb blast. Like generally, just you have a bomb blast and stuff, or like some ambush or something like that. And they kill a bunch of people in this thing. But this time they systematically isolated people based on the religion, stuff like that. And I mean, actually, to me, that's not even the most like this like partition level shit. Like it used to happen in the partition, especially where they used to just you know do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is the kind of behavior which you're seeing in the 2025. It's absurd, and Pakistan is funding this. There's no doubt about that because there's no other way they can really get in. And this thing, it's not local insurgents. Like there was one or two local people, but even they were from POK, not from uh, Indian occupied. Maybe they're from Indian occupied Kashmir. I'm not 100% sure of the details, but that's how it is. So the thing is, so you are funding terror. Now you expect India not to do anything about it? Of course not. We Everybody would expect India to do something about it. Pakistan would have already done something about it if it had happened to them. So now we come to what is the reasonable thing to do about it, right? What do you this thing? And we come to our own situation thing as an Indian. Like, what do you want? Like, the blinding society is now a purely Indian party, uh, right? Because we are in India. We'll wait for the and I mean, so far we can say there's no international schism or whatever, but we can wait for that to happen as well. But the point is that, mm, so what is India supposed to do? So now, if India was Pakistan, what we could do is send our own guys there and kill a bunch of people, right? I mean, this is what you think, and a lot of people in India would probably feel fully justified doing that, which is a worrying thing, but that's the case. We could do that. But why would we do that? It's just bad and doesn't serve anybody any good, right? So what are we supposed to do? So India's gone with the strategy of striking these terrorist bases. Personally, I'm not really, uh, you know, sold on this thing. Like, okay, they do happen to have got some terrorists, but like, come on, it's not a real solution. Real solution is okay. It is a good solution. I would not. I would say it's fine. But I would say another important solution is how to keep Kashmir safe, right? And possibly that would involve some kind of military action stopping them from settling near the POK border line, like the line of control, and so on and so forth. But that's going to be like a police state for. It's a complicated issue because Indian Army has not had the greatest of track records in Kashmir, and but while you can sympathize with Kashmiris that okay, they want to be independent and stuff, but I can sympathize with that this thing, but in reality, an independent Kashmir would just be a cat's paw of Pakistan, and we would not only we would lose all those critical areas for our safety and defensible positions, for giving them what? Just a thing, opportunity to become part of Pakistan, who has been treating us badly this entire time. Because it's pretty clear that India, while it may do some funding of Balaji separatists or whatever, but it's not actually you know it's not funding terrorist groups to go and kill people on Pakistani soil, which we could do, right? I mean, anybody could do these things. It's a bad thing to do, but anybody could do them. And Pakistan is doing them. So there will be a response. There has been a response, but now Pakistan is not taking it easily, right? They're planning to fight this, right? So what should the person? I'm not. I'm saying this is an Indian. You would have to consider it as your own thing when when your country is placed in such a position, like whether it's time to go to war and such things like that. So now, first things first, let's just put it this way. Let me just say, civilians getting killed is bad. Yes, no one, nobody is questioning that at all. I know if I say but, it's like I disagree with the point, but no, I'm going to say no, not that. But I am saying, but I'm saying, why should it only be one set of civilians who are always in danger, right? There be two sets of civilians in danger. Okay, so the thing is, we don't want to return to the bad old days of Islamic terrorism funded by Pakistan in India, and I think it's a just justifiable action to ensure that we stop Pakistan from funding terror. Like it seems odd to focus only on defense. I mean, and stopping every this thing when we could very easily get Pakistan to be a more not very easily because they seem hell bent on doing this nonsense. Like the government, I don't know about the citizens that probably don't give shit. So they seem very hell bent on this, and they could very easily chase all of these people. Like at the very minimum, like all they had to do is just uh, you know they don't even have to actively look. They just have to not actively fund people and hide them from the international, justice community or whatever you could call it. Like because it's absurd. Osama found like a few kilometers away from their defense academy or something. Now we're seeing that in the middle of the cities, they're having a mosque, and in the mosque they're sitting in the mosque. It's confirmed that these are terrorists because the terrorist deaths were confirmed, or terrorist families were killed. So I mean, there's a terrorist showing up at a state funeral, and even the Pakistani, what do you say? Some defense minister or something. He's like, yeah, we were funding terrorists. Yes, stop funding terrorists. Stop doing that. Get these people to justice. But no, their entire defense establishment is like partly based on funding these chaps and using them for to project interests or whatever. So, and it's not. I don't think it's a smart thing anyway. But it's India's fault because we let it go. We let it happen, and now we didn't punish it. So they thought they could get away with it. So then we have to do. Well, then it has to be punished, right? So now coming to the subject of war. Obviously, war is very bad. I am notably a fairly anti-war person. So my personal thing would be don't escalate it to war easily. Now, if they want to go to war, because we whatever we do is like this thing, okay, they won't tolerate even one. What's that thing in the Mahabharata? Is like I won't give even one. I won't even give the area of pinhead or whatever. Like they asked for 5 villages or whatever, and he was like, I won't even give you one. Uh, oh, it's night. Fuck, I'm fishing for the wrong shit. Oh man. Hmm. Looks like glowworms will do. All right. So it's like, mm, what does I say? Right, yeah. So they're like, not even we're asking for 5 villages. They're like, no, we won't give you even one a pinhead worth to live on or whatever. So okay, in that case, maybe go to war. Fine. And I would say it's better. if that is the reason for us going to war, that Pakistan is unwilling to take even the slightest amount of pushback, then I would say, yeah, maybe we need to go to war because we can't live with such neighbors who are going to go on ruining our economic development. It's not like they're doing. I mean, they should focus on their own economic development. Most Indians would probably, I don't know about the fanatics, okay, but most Indians would probably say, I don't give a shit what happens in Pakistan. uh, let them do their own work. Let's do our own work and let's manage. But how can you do your own work and manage if this kind of thing is what is? I mean, you won't find a person who's more like pro, uh, like whatever peace and harmony and stuff. All I want to do is see some cricket matches being played. I want to see Virat Kohli hit a century in Lahore. Okay, and that's all I really want. Fine, but this is absurd. Like you can't just go on funding terror and expect to be no pushback, and so there will be pushback. And if Pakistan is so bound up in their military obsession and whatnot that they are refusing to what do you say? Take even sound like okay, fine. If you blew up some terrorist launch pad, so what? You should be happy about it because apparently can't seem to do anything about it. But no, they see it as their like the fanatics amongst them see it as their projection of Islamic supreme whatever. Like it's like a Islamic army, divinely like they're pushing the agenda of God or whatever. And yeah, and India is blocking that agenda, I suppose. So they're going. Why would they? They believe. I don't really believe they believe that this thing that deeply, but this is apparently what is the thing? Which is the thing? The thing that it's like their own. It's their guys. They're going to support their guys, and their guy is their army as well, and they want to do this. Okay, so then if they go to war for it, which it could be likely, they've said they're going to escalate it, and they have been shelling, I mean, sending missiles to a bunch of civilian areas in India. They shelled Poonch and killed 10 people, etc. So it's not like they're aiming for terrorist launch pads. They don't. They know for a fact there aren't any here. Okay, I don't give a shit about them. Anyway, so yeah, so would a war be okay? Yeah, I would say a war would be fine with that. And I'm not saying this as somebody with no skin in the game. If India puts out a draft, I will sign up, and that's why that's my promise is. What do you say? Chairman of this thing. I will sign up and go this thing because why would I go? Why should you go to war if this thing? Okay, so let's get into that theory. First of all, everyone knows war is bad. But why is war especially bad? War is bad because a bunch of absolute lunatics get to go ham on civilians, right? Like one side eventually, even whether they win or whether it's crossfire or whatever it is, eventually you're going to get the rapes and the killings. And okay, let's just face it. Okay, there's a reason why nobody is like so very pro war, and this is that very obvious reason. Okay, so how do you not get so many fanatics and stuff with it? You need the reasonable people, the people who think with a cool head. Those people should go and do the fighting. Okay, now, okay, maybe I'll get PTSD or something like that. Okay, I'm not saying I'm not. It's not like there are a lot of risks. Okay, for fucking going to war. Fine, I'm a programmer. I like to see out of my eyes. I like to play video games. I like to type with my hands. I like to walk around. All that is at risk, right? So I'm not taking this thing lightly. But I am still saying that this is a core tenet of the blinding star society. We don't expect other people to do what we won't do ourselves. Okay, like you may be too weak and ill to do something. I'm not saying no. Like if you're old or if you're sick, okay, you can't do something. Okay, you may be disabled. Fine, you don't have to you don't have to do those things which you can't do. But if you say, oh, there's a job, it needs to be done, but I won't do it, that seems absurd to me. uh, like you should be prepared to do the job. Okay, whatever the job is, whether it is you know taking care of the garbage and or being a garbage man or being a plumber, whatever crap it is, you got to be able to do it. Okay, like you can I mean, I'm not saying you should be able to, I'm not saying you can't hire these people or whatnot. But you shouldn't say, "Oh, I can never do that job. I'm not like that's not my station in life." Okay, I'm not. I don't need to be a soldier. That's other people's job to go and be a soldier. No, I'm fully prepared to become anything which is required uh, for the country, and I'm happy to do so. Like uh, you know, oh yeah, like it's expected. You can't say this nonsense. Um, Anyway, so you get what I'm saying. If you think that being a soldier is very good, very praiseworthy, we need soldiers, we need them to defend the nation, we need the nation to be defended from terrorism, and our respect to our brave guys. This thing, okay, that's good. How about joining yourself? Yeah, that's fine. That should be fine. And yeah, that's what I am. It's my personal thing. I'm free of attachment. I mean, attachments as in like I'm not Buddha, but and her kids. Okay, so I don't plan to get married, so perhaps you could say the ideal target. And the main thing is that we need people with cool heads in a war. Okay, it's always everybody's like, oh, war this, war that. I'm seeing so much. That's another thing which I wanted to discuss. The absurd levels of this jingoism and shit. Okay, let's get it clear. Yes, we need to do something with Pakistan. That doesn't mean you're going to go there and nuke everybody. And it's absurd. Okay, I'm willing to take the nuke. Okay, if it comes to that, I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to join the army. As I said, if it's a draft, a full war situation, I'm happy to go, and I'm happy to do my duty and do it well. But what I'm not okay with is these people who just like oh, anybody who's against war is a traitor. Anybody who's this thing. Uh, anybody who's not really gung ho and you know rara whatever loyalty pledges, all of this is first of all of this is completely stupid and bad, and secondly it's completely against the tenets of blinding society. In the future, if anybody is watching this video, because obviously nobody's watching this video now, in the future there will be no such thing as a fucking loyalty pledge. Okay, ever. Loyalty is the dumbest shit, and I can think of in my entire life. I never felt anything why. I just get annoyed. Somebody says, "Oh, say Bharat Mata ki jai" or something. I'm not going to say it. Fuck you. Like, why should I say it to prove my this thing? I'll never say it. Okay, like if that is the thing. I'm happy to be. I'm one of the more patriotic people to say. Not many people say, "Oh yeah, I'll go to the front and fight." I'm happy to go to the front and fight as infantry, as whatever. If you put me in the army, I'll fight in the army. If you put me in the navy, I'll fight in the navy. If you put me in the medical this thing, I'll be in the medical thing. I don't give a shit. I'll go. But I don't want to hear this crap of you have to say all the appropriate things, and yeah, you have to be the no, fuck all that. Okay, my patriotism is expressed by me being a good citizen, by me doing things for my country. Okay, and by my love for my country, not by me saying the appropriate catechisms or whatever the thing is for. Okay, that's one thing out of the way. Second thing, this media. The media is absolute batshit insane. I mean, Indian media is a fucking joke. I'm not even joking. Like, I can't think of a worse media than the Indian media. It's like it's so. I mean, Arnab was kind of annoying when I was young. Okay, he used to shout a lot. Okay, the nation wants to know whatever. He's at least respectable. And okay, fine. I'm not saying it's not. It's old news that he's gone nuts, but like, there's a limit to this bullshit. Oh fuck, 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 fuck. Ah, the stacks are present. Okay. The problem is the stacks, right? These stacks, they go away if your boat is dead for too long. So when you teleport, your boat dies, right? So anyway, so yeah, so the media is a batshit insane, and they're propagating this bullshit. Like, that's also partially why I'm making this video to know because oh, what is this shit? Freshwater minnows. Okay, let's go with the freshwater minnows. So that's partly why I'm doing this video as well, because the media is acting like absolute crap, dumb fucks. I'm not even joking. Like, what the actual fuck? Like you're supposed to have rational media, nice media, like who stick to the facts. Fine, okay, fine. You don't stick to the facts. You have to report everything. You can report everything which comes out of the this thing. Okay, in the fog of war, any claim can be just put. Okay, report it. I don't care. Report whatever Pakistan saying, but your own guys must have some analytical thinking, some calmness, some this thing, some. You can't just go and start hate mongering and this thing. And no wonder they think India is warmongering nation. Of course, they combined with their own propaganda, obviously, but no wonder they think it's a warmongering nation. If you the only thing you listen to is fucking Arnab Goswami, then you're going to assume that they're a warmongering. The only thing that he does is keep shouting, a fucking idiot. I don't know. This is a direct message to you if you ever see this. Your son is called Che Goswami. Okay, it's time for you to become a little bit more of the commie and urban actually you are. Okay? Like bullshit. I mean, this. Personally, I'm convinced that Arnab is trying to do some accelerationist bullshit to like, you know what these accelerationist guy communists are like, right? But yeah, it's bullshit. Arnab do better. I know he's better than this. Like these guys are all like very highly educated, college graduated, very good at English, very good at everything. Right? They've gone and done a lot of good journalism in the '90s, especially. Acting like fucking retards. Anyway, okay, fine. So that's about the media. Next thing, the general public. First thing is, people are not at all, no longer like focusing like we. At least I would say the Indian government is being a bit better on this than you would expect. BJP party is doing its bullshit as usual on social media, and all, but the government actions are pretty decent in that sense. Like they put that Muslim colonel, lady colonel as the thing, and all those things, right? That is good. That is a good thing because we what we don't need is fucking communal riots in India now, where people will feel like oh any Muslims are like supporting Pakistan. Indian Muslims are supporting Pakistan, so uh, then the Hindus get upset. Some you know how this bullshit starts, right? Like oh you're supporting Pakistan, oh yeah I'm supporting Pakistan. What do you do? And I was seeing this bullshit in the yesterday in some 60 the Reddit. Like you can see the post if you want. It's still probably there. Okay, it's something like this kid was actually being really nice. Okay, and he was like talking about how both the nations should be good and everything. Yes, absolutely. But he happened to say the word Pakistan in the mud. This fucker, this media chutia, was just absolutely just trying to twist it and manipulate it so badly. Are you trying to get that boy killed? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I mean to say, this is absurd. Okay, and that boy, Mohammed Kaif, he told his name, so I'm just, and it's a very common name. Nobody's going to find. But yeah, I like to see that thinking. I like to see that boy. He's a very smart boy. Uh, and more than that, he's an empathetic boy. And I like it. I like to see it. It gives me hope. Most of the younger generation, I mean, uh, all the educated ones you see, right? Like all these right wingers, yeah, especially absolute fucktards. I must say the ones in okay, India Speaks is not as bad because there are some uncles who are reasonable, I guess. But most of the Gen Z are just absolute retards. I'm not joking. Like they're all far right idiots. Anyway, but still, uh, I must say that India's Indian government behavior has been pretty decent. They attacked a few presidents striking whatever. They did that. Then they're trying not to give it a communal angle. Except BJP is of course giving it a communal angle online. But okay, the government is not. So that's that there is a difference. However, people may not see it that much, but there is a difference. So yeah, and that's fine. Now, the regarding the wire and such these things who are busy saying that this is warmongering shit. Yeah, okay, you want to call it warmongering? Fine, be my guest. Call it warmongering. I mean, I'm saying it. I'm a liberal or whatever. Actually, I'm not a liberal. Maybe I'm a liberal even classically, like right. I'm not against capitalism per se. So yeah, you could call me a liberal, I guess. But the point is, they're like, oh, in liberal circles, nationalist warmongering. Okay, yeah, well, happy to go to war, so I don't give a shit. And if everybody, if my family goes to war, let's. I mean, okay, I'm just going to say like, fine, fine, okay. I hope none of my family watches this video, but like, okay, whatever. Like okay, uh, you know, I mean, okay. I don't want to say anything about my family. They have different ideas. Maybe I feel upset that I can't. You know, you can't sign away other people who this thing. Anyway, you don't. I mean, it's not. It's like a. Anyway, it's more like they could have more say over me than I would have over them. So, okay, I'll take the nuke. Okay, fine, I'll take the nuke. Fuck you. I'm not going to live in fear of another country saying, "Oh, nukes" or whatever. No, we got nukes too. I know nobody wants to nuke, but like, yes, I'm happy to take the nuke for the country. No big deal. I'll take it. So yeah, but obviously it would be bad. A war would be bad, not only because of all the innocent people who will die, but also because uh, where everybody, like, peace is most productive and good, right, for the overall happiness. But there's like limits to everything, and that limit is that limit. I think if you're going to go on have terror going on have having terrorism, and you're going to go on. Hmm. And if you're going to say, okay, this is the, like, it doesn't matter if you push back even a little, with it, this will be war, and this war could lead to a nuclear war. I'm happy to say that I don't take threats that seriously. Like, I mean, I get annoyed if people threaten me, right? So I'm not going to take that shit. You want to do this abusive bullshit? Try it with some people who are actually stronger than, I guess, for starters. Yeah, I personally have no. You could say maybe, oh, what a sad person. He doesn't have anything to look for in his life. He don't care if he dies. But yeah, I'm okay with that. To be very honest, like, I've reached a stage in my life where I'm quite happy. I've lived now 27 years, nearly 27 years. It's been a good time. I can't say. I mean, I had a good experience. It was a good ride. Yeah, good. Thanks to my parents and stuff. Primarily thanks to my parents, teachers, whatnot. I studied a bit, so I didn't. It's not like I had it too bad, bad school wise, and no disabilities, born healthy. Was able to play a lot. My mom was in a psycho, and let's not go into that. So yeah, everything was good, and I'm fine with that. So you're not threatening anything to me by saying, "Oh, it could all end now." No, okay, I can easily imagine a life of misery where, like, I'm a cripple or something. But hey, some things are worth it. The blinding side society is another thing which I'm happy to, like, the values which the blinding side society promotes are things which I would be willing to give my life to defend, and those values partly at least are embodied in my country's constitution. So I'm happy to do it. Uh, so yeah, that's what I'm going to say in this matter. Um First thing is, always have a cool head. This is the principle for all future blinding side society people. Always have a cool head. Second thing, weigh the options. Don't do stupid shit. Okay, so what is stupid shit? Stupid shit is starting wars for no reason. India has done a good job. Don't start wars for no reason. There needs to be a reason for it, good reason. Okay, you've got a good reason. Now what else? Or if you don't have a I mean, even if you have a good reason, you should shy away from war. Okay, even if there is a good reason for it, because the consequences are really that bad. Like, it doesn't matter if you win the war; it still sucks. So, uh, yeah, that aspect I'm not even going to deny. I'm not denying that aspect. That, we need to, even though there's like, what do you say? Even though there's, oh, 1 second, I still need to get this. So even if India is completely justified in going to war, even then perhaps it's the job of people like our prime minister and all the experts and all the generals to be thinking with a cool head. And so far, I'm happy with the cool head they're demonstrating, because they didn't do anything too crazy. They bombed some terrorist sites. It was an escalation as well. Like, I mean, it was like it was a appropriate escalation. Like you funded people to come here and kill our citizens. We bombed the bases where you were training them. That, and you can't really claim that, they are terrorist sites. We know it, and you're trying to claim the civilians. They're not. So, and you can't really do that because we know that they died. That Roth guy died, who killed Daniel Pearl. I didn't know about this case. I was very young at the time, but yeah, he died. The family of another terrorist died. So we know that these places are actually the terrorist sites they purport to be. And yeah, I'm satisfied with what my government is doing. For once, I'm like happy. Yes, they're thinking calmly. They're doing things in the same manner. Like this is what I would expect every day. But we don't have that. Obviously, we have fucking retired government. But okay, uh, fine. They do some development decently, I guess. Gadkari is building some roads. Okay, and Rahul Gandhi will be much worse. Fine, I can accept all these things. But what I can't accept, and for once they're doing like that, the touch of having a Muslim lady along with another Hindu lady together do the thing along with that guy. That was a really smart thing. That is good. That is a clear thinking. Like I wouldn't have thought of it. Clearly, they had some smart PR people there who thought about this thing and they did the correct thing, and that's beautiful. I love it. So, what's its favorite bit? Must have favorite bit. No, okay, so I like the decision, and I'm happy to say that I'm fully behind my government on this current action. And yeah, that's about it. This is my point. So this is my thing. Always have a cool head. Our government is behaving with a cool head. Let the citizens also behave with a cool head. There was a lynching in Mangalore just before this Operation Sindur, which I'm very upset about. And those kind of things. These radical Hindutva chaps need to fuck off. To be very honest, like fuck you and your anti-Muslim bullshit. Okay, like this is the thing. I'm not saying there's no such thing as Islamic terror, but you gotta get your facts straight. Like it doesn't happen on a vacuum. You need a country like Pakistan to go on funding it, and you need the people who are like radicalized and stuff. You can't just go around killing normal Muslim citizens. They don't have anything to do with anything. And the same thing applies to the Pakistani civilians, right? By the same token of thing um, which goes to our own Indian Muslims. The same thing goes to the Pakistani. Of course, they don't have it. They got better shit to do. Yes, they may be conservative. Being a conservative asshole, which let's face it, a lot of people in both these countries are, is not the same thing as being a terroristic asshole. Okay, that's a terroristic crime lord or whatever. Okay, and the boy who was lynched wasn't even that. He didn't even do anything. Like they just lied and said he was saying Pakistan's in the. Even the Mangalore police refuted the allegation. They said that's not true at all, and it's just absurd that these fucking Hindus are fanatics. Like fanatics fuck off. Okay, like, this just mind this thing. All the fanatics should just fuck right off, and leave the sane people to work, right? But we can't do it. At least in our own country we can have it done. We can't do it since we are not able to do it for Pakistan chaps. That's why we have to do all this war bullshit. But I mean, okay, not war, whatever, military operation, what do you want to call it? Okay, but uh, all right, let's see what else is left in this thing. Okay, achievement, but okay. But yeah, uh, pay this fucking Drake. Let me TP to Kaining. Oh, you bastard! All right. Nobody will enter here anyway, so I can just do her. So all the fanatics need to stop. Everybody think with a cool head. All right, I'm pointing to my finger head with my finger. So everybody think with a cool head. No, there's no point of everybody dying. There's no point of all this. We just want the terrorism to stop. That's the main goal. And both the countries can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care what Pakistan does after that. If the terrorism is not there, they can do whatever they want, right? They can continue to build all the roads and schools and it's a poor country. Go get all your science shit. Stop trying to attack us. We don't want to attack you. At least this is me saying it as a citizen, and the government has demonstrated this time and time again. India doesn't really doesn't want to attack Pakistan. Okay, so Pakistan should just stop, like being such a big what do you say? It's that military establishment only is like they need to get rid of the military establishment. To be very honest, the military is per se. See, that's the fear which I have for India. Okay, what is Pakistan doing? The military is perpetuating itself by generating a threat, which is India, by going on attacking them, and they're keeping themselves relevant by going on having wars or whatever war like shit like terrorism and stuff, and funding it and whatnot. So if this is your and if this is how India becomes, we are fucked. Okay, like if all the lunatics are in the asylum, which they clearly don't seem to be, because at least we got all these military actions correct, right? And they didn't go to war. They didn't just randomly declare war, randomly say, oh, like you see what the Pakistan people are doing. Oh, the Pakistan guys are automatically, immediately like threatening nukes and shit if India retaliates or something. India hasn't done that, right? We could have just said, oh, we have the right to full right to use nukes or something, or we could have changed the doctrine to be like we can use for first use if we want of nukes. All that stuff. We could have done all those things, but we didn't. There are some sane people left in the government. This is very good. We do not want the fanatics to get in, and always think with a cool head. And yeah, that's about it. Be ready to do the job which you think needs done. I think Pakistan needs to have a significant reduction in the number of terrorists. So I think that's the job needs to be done. I'm happy to sign up for it if it comes to war, for that matter. Otherwise, there are better trained people to do the job. I'm happy to generate taxes and pay for their whatever like my job as a citizen, whatever they seem to like having me around. I mean, because I'm one of the people, just like 1.5 billion other people, but we created the army, we created the country. We're happy to have they're happy they seem happy to have us around. I'm happy to do my job. I'm happy to do whatever is required, this thing. So yeah, that's it from my side. This is for the binding side society. Don't get carried away by nationalities. Oh yeah, what I was talking about is this thing. The media houses spinning disinformation and refusing to and the government. Oh, one thing which the government did, I didn't like it at all. They blocked the wire. Now the wire was acting retarded, and it was unnecessarily anti-India for no reason, because they should have been anti-Pakistan. Any reasonable person would be in this situation, but okay, they chose to be anti-Indian. Fine. Okay, I can understand idiotic like you can there are people who always support the underdog. Doesn't matter what the underdog is doing, fine, you support the underdog. Okay, I can understand. India government shouldn't have blocked them. That was stupid. I don't know if they're still blocked or whatever it is, but they said that they're being blocked, so that's not good. They should not be blocked. And block all the liars and cheats who are like this Arnab and all, who are just putting some nonsense over there. Dude, what is this? Okay, but anyway, uh, as a, the main just because I agree with what the government is doing right now doesn't mean that if they suddenly start a surveillance state, or if they go and start randomly killing Pakistani civilians, doesn't mean I won't protest. I will protest about these things. Okay, I mean I will literally go out in the streets and protest if India goes and starts slaughtering civilians and stuff like that. Okay, I will go on the streets and protest. This is my this thing. Okay, I'm not going to go and protest for wire being unblocked because that's stupid. But I want this video to reflect my uh, dissent, that you shouldn't be blocking news media just because they're against you or whatever. Okay, and there's no point of blocking it anyway, because let's say you don't want. I mean, the only real reason to block them would be they're passing information to uh, Pakistan. But if you block them in India, that doesn't mean that they don't do that anyway. So this is just a retard anti-free speech move. Stop it. Don't. What do you say? Do not block this thing. I hope they unblock it, but I'm not really an influential person, so I don't give a shit. Uh, and no fantasism, and be willing to accept that your country can do bad things, basically, like and or even bad things, or you be willing to accept that they suck also sometimes, like if a Rafale got shot down, yeah, it got shot down, big fucking deal, okay, fine, we'll like, we're a team, we'll take it as we see it, right? We can uh, you know we'll carry on with the loss. Now if anything need to be fixed, we'll fix it. Okay, we need, maybe we need to buy more planes. We'll buy more planes. Maybe we need better systems. Do better systems. Maybe we need more indigenous jets and stuff like that. We'll do that. Okay, and we'll do it better. And not saying the Indian Air Force. I was reading about it first time. I thought the Indian Air Force was pretty good. Like, I was seeing, the only thing I know is, like, I saw some world ranking shit. India was fourth in the world rankings after, like, the usual suspects. I was pretty happy with that. Like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize we were fourth or whatever. So if you are fourth, then why is your jets? But why is your air force so bad, then, right? If you are fourth, because they're not, whatever. The Tejas has been 15 years, something, something. Okay, clearly we don't seem to be having one of the most bang up air forces. Fine, let's fix that. I'm happy to fix it, but and I'm okay with the loss of one plane or whatever. But let's have the facts, right? Let's have the fact. Nobody, every the government should stop acting like everybody's like some sheep who is anti-patriotic, okay, and the only thing which we need to stop being patriotic is to hear some bad news and this thing. No, most of the people living in India are patriotic people. Okay, the country wouldn't work otherwise. Fine, and we do a good job of instilling that patriotism without too heavy a hand as well. It's not like in America, which they do the Pledge of Allegiance daily or something. I never even sang the national anthem on a daily basis or something, and I sang it. I'm still very proud of all those things. I'm happy to be patriotic, etc. That's because we have good. We need to be like good values, good this thing, good chances in life. All these things we need to be there, and people automatically patriotic. And that's why these patriotic people won't care if a plane fell down or something. And yes, maybe Indian people have some over, chest sound thumping. Like there are a lot of jingoistic people who might feel their pride hurt if even one plane went down. But come on, I don't think people are unreasonable in that. I mean, ignore all the right wing Gen Z cracks. Okay, like, ignore them. Okay, just keep your eyes on the adult people. Adult people, unless they're like really anti BJP or really anti Congress, like depending on which government is in the power, they're not going to say, okay, a plane went down, start crying about it. No, they're just like, okay, fix that issue. What else to do? What else do you do? This is our team. We got this thing. And we want that news openly. And we want a responsible media which reports the news also if it's there. And not like these Arnabs and stuff like who are doing this bullshit. But of course, he's getting all the ratings. So now what are you going to say? The system works. Clearly, there's a demand in the Indian market for this garbage. Ah, well, that's life. That's it. And this has been, okay, some 1 hour video probably by now. I don't know what the time is, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the fishing. I hope you enjoyed my viewpoint. Yeah, if I forgot anything, I'll mention it later. I guess. The official blinding society video, which I don't. I mean, now there are two on the channel, but I guess I felt I had to do it because it's like I'm an Indian. It's happening in real time. I'm actually in some level, although I live in South India, uh, I'm still at some level of risk, right? And as I said, yeah, I'm happy to go to war, but I'm also not going to condemn people who are anti-war, right? So people are entitled to these kind of things. They may value some things more, and that's perfectly okay. We need to stop rushing to go on like these people who just like, oh, they don't think, they just like keep vomiting the hate and just anger. Nothing good comes out of their speech also. It's not like they're doing some great work over there. It's just BS. Anyway, what to say. The annoying thing is, like, I'm somehow on their side, right? Like, it's like, uh, yeah, I mean, I am a patriotic person. I do feel India is doing correct thing. I don't have any problem against a war per se, but the people who are on who are like supporting the same viewpoint as me are kind of insane people and just shouting mad things and stuff. So okay, what are you going to do about that? Can't do anything about it. But if they see this video, there's like this influencer I was seeing who was being annoying on Instagram. Fuck you. I don't know what your name is. I just saw a beard and you were out in some public place and you were talking some shit about, oh, you don't know what the fucking talking about, oh, the Indian army, you're disrespecting them. No, we're not disrespecting the Indian army. If you're anti-war, you're not disrespecting the Indian army. Okay, that's all. I don't want to say. I don't. You that Instagram influencer. If you ever see this video, fuck you and change your life. The end. Falcon out or whatever it is.